Good morning, everyone. Lee Henson here, president and founder of AgileDad, and it's time for today's edition of the Daily Stand-Up. Without any further ado, let's get started. Today, I wanted to focus on something really cool. So I was going through and doing some research, and I found a great article on InfoQ.com that talks about great Scrum teams, and it goes into such vivid description. And I thought that I would kind of elaborate and do my own review of this article, if you will, because I really thought that overall it was a fantastic job of sharing some of the responsibilities, but I wanted to break those down by role for you just like they did. So I didn't want to just talk about what a product owner was or what a product owner does, but I wanted to start off by talking to you about what a great product owner does. So what makes a great product owner? So first and foremost, they embrace, share, and socialize the vision. I think a great product owner really represents the consumer's voice the best they can, and they should create a vision together with stakeholders that embodies that voice. It's, everything that the product owner does should revolve around what's in the best interest of the consumer. We should be focused on outcome and not output, and that's delivering the right product or service every single time with as little output as possible. Every single decision that the product owner makes should be with the vision in mind. We want to make sure that it provides sustainable product development, it provides clarity for the team that's going to be building the product, and it drastically increases the chances that your product's going to be or service is going to be successful in the end. I think it's just important for us to really understand the importance of a vision, but also a strategy to achieve the vision, right? So I think it's something that if we tack on that little bit about the strategy and make sure that everyone knows exactly what we need to execute to get there, that this could really put us in a good position to be successful as a product owner. The product owner should also always try to exceed the end consumer's expectations. So a good product owner just meets their expectations. A great product owner really understands the intentions of their persona so well that they can put together a list of goals with regard to the product and service and really exceed the expectations and create what we call delight. Now, I know delight sounds kind of silly when I say it that way, but you really should strive to delight your end consumers. I mean, just making them happy isn't going to get you anywhere anymore. You need to do a little more. You need to dig a little deeper. You need to really make sure you understand your personas well so that you can just knock it out of the park every single time. I find that oftentimes we're told in Agile or in Scrum to just do enough, right? To get it to where it's just enough. We don't want to overbuild. And while I'm not encouraging you to completely gold plate, I do think it's important for you to have some of those big wood-like pleasers in the Kano model, the big wins, the things that are going to really make a difference to that target consumer, and the things that are going to delight them and make them happy that they chose to go with your organization to build a product or service. A good product owner is always in control, but a great product owner is empowered. So a great product owner is empowered by leadership and by stakeholders to take decisions related to the product and to make decisions related to the product. I think if you have a good supporting cast to help the product owner really understand and logically make sense of what's happening with regard to the product or service, not just from a consumer perspective, but also from a strategic perspective, as well as from a technical perspective. I think if they have that combination, they can swiftly make important decisions. And I think that that's a it's greatly misstated or understated condition that the product owner should be empowered to make adjustments on the fly if necessary so that they can make sure the team can operate at a sustainable pace and so they can make sure that they're making the best decisions regarding their product backlog, which leads me to the next trait of a great product owner, and that's that they take the opportunity to not only just prioritize, quote unquote, their product backlog, but they do a rank order system in their product backlog. So it's real easy for us to sort a product backlog by priority. If we did that, we quickly learn that everything is high priority. Everything's either high, really high, or really, really high. And we can't operate that way. I think it's just so important for a good product owner to understand the backlog that way, but a great product owner will start assessing by more things than just priority. They'll start looking at tenets like risk, value. They'll look at things based on urgency, learning opportunities, dependencies. And when you take all that into account and you create a balanced fork, if you will, that allows you to understand where each of these play and create an algorithm that gives you an objective sorted backlog, then you can always tweak and make adjustments. So the example that they use in the article I thought was really cool. They say, for example, when building a house, the roof might have the highest priority considering it might possibly rain, but still it's necessary to realize the foundation and walls earlier, therefore they ordered them above the construction of the roof. It just makes sense logically. And I think that sometimes, while we might say, yeah, the bathroom is the most important room in the house and then the kitchen, that's great. You can't just go off willy-nilly building rooms here and there. You need to have some sort of a plan, even if it's an agile creation. So this just emphasizes the importance of having a backlog situated in such a way that we do have a plan and that we're not constantly bouncing all over the place. A great product owner prefers face-to-face communication. Now I realize in these tumultuous times that we don't have the ability to all be in the same office, but a face-to-face communication could be executed just the same, whether you're using Microsoft Teams or whether you're using Zoom or whatever tool you're using to WebEx, whatever tool you're using to meet together and to have a personal conversation. I think it's just important for the product owner to really have those conversations and have the dialogue. And, I love this quote. They say, nothing you do will ever replace a good old-fashioned conversation. And I can't agree with that more. I think it's important for the product owners to really open up and have those conversations in order to be successful. A great product owner knows about modeling techniques. Now, this is interesting. I love what they say. They say a great product owner should have a backpack full of different modeling techniques. So some of the examples that they mention are business model generation, lean startup, impact mapping. I might add, story mapping or journey mapping. This is how you drive product success, by understanding the different modeling techniques about how and where and who is going to be using your product, so you can make sure that you give everyone a clear understanding of where we're going and what direction we should be traveling. A great product owner shares experiences with the peers. It's important for them to really stress to the organization and outside of it when necessary, whether it's at seminars or conferences or online venues. Share your experiences. Talk about what you've learned. Talk about your knowledge. I think that, if you put together a list of your own lessons learned, almost your own retrospective, that what you learn could be valuable to other product owners both inside of your organization and outside of your organization. So I think it's important for you to regain focus and to share those stories. Nothing replaces a good conversation. So the next one might be my favorite in the entire list. A great product owner owns user story mapping. They should be the master of this concept. This is the concept that was brought to pass by Jeff Patton. He wrote some really good material on it. This visualization technique enables you to see a big picture of the product backlog. But the big thing here is that story mapping allows you to visualize the way someone might move from effect to effect or feature to feature. And I think it's just so important for us to have that type of visualization. A great product owner has focus on functionality. They understand both functional and non-functional aspects of the product. They don't focus all their attention on hours or even story points. They want to make sure they maximize value for the end consumer. A great product owner is always knowledgeable. They understand and have help understanding technical composition, strategic value, consumer value. They understand how a small piece of the puzzle fits into the larger equation, and they make sure that they stress that they not only have an understanding of the actual use of the product, but they also understand the business domain. So they understand the environment that they're part of. They understand why they're building a product and where it's going to be used. They understand the organization paying for the product, but are also aware of the latest market conditions that might shift focus. A great product owner acts on different levels. They know how to act when they're, defining levels at the strategic level, the tactical level, or operational level. They understand how each of those function. And they know how to explain, for example, the product strategy at a board meeting, but could also create support at middle management and motivate the team to overcome their daily challenges. So they need to know how to interact at all the different levels. They know and understand the 5 levels of agile planning. So we talked about level 1 being a vision, level 2 being a roadmap, level 3 being a release plan, level 4 being a product backlog that's efficient and effective, and then level 5 being at the daily stand-up. I think it's important for them to know all 5 levels so that they can drive towards and realize a sprint goal. A great product owner is always available. Notice I didn't say sometimes available. They want to make sure that they're available and that nothing is ever blocking progress of the team. They want to make sure that they're always there to answer and to clarify questions. A great product owner is able to say no. It's easy to say yes to every new idea or feature, but a great product owner is one that says no. And no doesn't mean no never. No just means no, not right now, right? No just means no, we're not in a good place for that. I love this next one in the way it's worded. They say that a great product owner acts as a mini CEO. So a great quality product owner, is like a mini CEO for their product. They've taken, keen eye on opportunities. She focuses on business value and return on investment and acts proactive on possible risks and threats. Everything with a growth mentality is taken into account for the product. They know the different types of valid product backlog items. So they want to make sure that they are not just focused solely on new features, but they look at technical innovation, bugs, defects, non-functional requirements, experiments, innovation. They want to make sure that they've got all those things taken into account. And finally, they take their backlog refinements seriously. A fantastic product owner really spends enough time refining the backlog and working with others. I usually recommend 1 hour per week per team. And this usually gives you a well-rounded opportunity to make sure the team has a good understanding of what's being asked for, that the stakeholders have their head around what's going to be delivered, and that we meet somewhere in the middle where everyone is happy. Now, I realize these 10 things are complex projects or complex ideas, and I probably could have, and it's maybe even more than 10, but I realized that these are complex and I could have spent time on each one. But I wanted to at least give you some idea of what a great product owner does, because I feel like, we have plenty of good product owners out there. But the question for you is, are you ready for an advanced Scrum product owner training? And are you going to do what makes a difference to become a great product owner? We encourage you, as always, to visit AgileDad.com where you can learn more about this topic and others. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.